Out of the state capitol, California is facing a multi-billion-dollar deficit, far from the surplus Governor Gavin Newsom predicted earlier this year.
Yeah, he now has a new plan to balance the budget, but some are pushing back, especially Republican lawmakers. The revised budget shows a $12 billion shortfall instead of the $363 million surplus projected in January. Newsom blames what he calls the Trump slump for the decline in revenue and wants to use reserve funds and cap programs to close that gap.
We were off. We were significantly off. We're going to see an impact about a $16 billion downturn, not all in the next fiscal year, but fiscal year plus one.
The governor's plan includes a $5 billion freeze on Medi-Cal expansion and a $100 monthly premium for undocumented adults. It could also have an impact on state worker pay and use rainy day funds to help close the gap.
Funding for Prop 36 would come from Prop 47. Republicans argue the state doesn't have a revenue problem, it has a spending problem.
We just simply can't afford it. And he's acknowledging that by this budget's adjustment.
This is still just a proposal. Lawmakers must pass a balanced budget by June 15th. One area the governor is proposing to save money is from state workers' paychecks.
Yeah, the revised budget includes major cuts to payroll. ABC 10's Garjpal Sangha has a closer look at the growing concerns.
Governor Gavin Newsom wants to slash nearly $767 million in salaries and wages from the state workforce, one way to balance the budget.
The intent is really to avoid increased costs in the upcoming fiscal year, as not to implement furloughs or PLPs or those type of things.
In his May revised budget proposal, the governor says the state hopes to reach those savings through collective bargaining. He also warns if no deal is reached with unions, cuts will be imposed. And that is not sitting well with state workers like Danica Dupatti.
It's very disappointing. It's already hard just day to day, just even coming into work.
Longtime state employee Corey Pruitt remembers the last time something like this happened.
Well, unfortunately, this is deja vu for me. I was here when Arnold Schwarzenegger did the same thing.
SEIU Local 1000, which represents nearly 100,000 state workers, is calling it a step backwards. In a statement to ABC 10, read in part, quote, "We are not here to help the state cut our pay. We'll fight to protect jobs, pay, and the services our communities rely on." The Union for California Correctional Officers say they are willing to work with the state, but only at the bargaining table, saying in a statement part, quote, "We remain committed to working closely with the administration to reach a responsible solutions." And the engineers' union PECG warns a deficit, whether real or projected, does not justify shortchanging essential professionals. A portion of their statement reads, "California has come through difficult budget times before, and PECG is confident we will again." Pruitt says state workers can't catch a break.
It's unfortunate because not only will they be making us make less money, but they're expecting us to come in even more.
Currently, negotiations are underway with 7 unions who have their contracts expiring this summer. Now, that proposed budget did say all negotiated health care coverage is expected to remain intact. Reporting from the state capitol, Garjpal Sangha, ABC 10.
Garjpal, thank you. And tonight, advocates are speaking out against the governor's plan to freeze enrollment for undocumented immigrants in the state's Medi-Cal program.
The move would ban new low-income adults without legal status from applying starting next year. It's part of a broader plan to close the $12 billion budget deficit. Newsom also proposed eventually charging current recipients a $100 monthly premium.
It will end up resulting in folks being unable to access health care that they vitally need, which means that they'll be living sicker, potentially missing work.
Republican lawmakers say the governor's promises were never financially realistic. Senate Minority Leader Brian Jones shared a statement today saying in part, quote, "I urge the governor to immediately freeze his reckless Medi-Cal expansion for illegal immigrants a year and a half ago. With a massive deficit largely driven by this policy, our focus should be on preserving Medi-Cal for those it was originally designed to serve." If you want to watch the governor's entire budget announcement, you can stream it for free right now. It's on the ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app.